Ugh, this is giving me anxiety. Well, this is depressing. It's so dreary in here. Today I'm sharing 9 ways to make your home undepressing. I'm not saying you can cure depression or anything with this video. However, I am saying there are some things that you can do in your home that will make it far happier, far less depressing, a lot more cheerful. It can turn your home into a place that you love and help your mental health and well-being. When I first moved into my home more than 13 years ago, I did not know how important the things that you do in your home are to making you actually feel really good. So I hastily filled up this space with like random decor, pieces of art, things I didn't really love. I said, well, I've got a wall, I need to put something on it. And before I knew it, this house was totally full and I just didn't feel like it was home. I've put all this stuff in here. I should feel like my house feels really happy and comfortable, but it's just not me. And I've since realized that there are some things you can do to make your home a little more personal for you, to make you happier. I'm gonna give you some suggestions today, so let's get started. I have to start with a really big one, and my home had this as well. And this is like central to the theme of my channel, but it's clutter. When you have too much clutter in your home, it does not feel homey. You cannot relax. I think one of the reasons is when your eyes see clutter, it kind of sends a message to your brain that there's still more work to be done. I honestly think it like triggers this like, oh, I've got something to do, I've got work to do thing in your mind, and you just can't relax around all of the clutter. If you cannot declutter your whole home, or if you live with someone who isn't really interested in decluttering, what I would recommend is creating a clutter-free space that is yours. So just find a corner or a room, a bathroom, something that's just yours and is like a haven where you can retreat to and you can have a clutter-free moment. I've spoken before on this channel how my kitchen was just suffocating in the past. It was packed with things, it had a lot of paper clutter, a lot of things that just didn't belong in the kitchen, and it was just too much. I firmly believe that clutter detracts from happiness. So tackling your clutter is an important place to start. I will link some videos below if you want to look at some decluttering videos and get some motivation. And listen, if you are truly depressed, I know how difficult it can be to get started. So I would say make a plan, get a little bit of motivation going, but try to just get started, even if it's just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and just see what a difference you can make and how it makes you feel. Anytime my husband is feeling stressed, he's like, I'm gonna go for a walk in the woods, and he will go off to the woods and go take a nice nature hike. And it's clinically proven that nature truly does make us feel better and make us feel less depressed. Well, why not bring some of that nature into your own home? You can surround yourself with nature, and what I'm talking about is plants. So that brings me to the sponsor of today's video, easyplant. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you don't have time for plants. Plants are high maintenance. You can't keep any plants alive. Well, that's where easyplant comes in, and it's just like the name suggests. These are easy plants. So easy, you simply water them once a month and they are good to go. They have an innovative self-watering system with a wet reservoir, and you just fill that reservoir once a month when it's empty, and the plant is thriving. There's literally nothing else for you to do. And I really appreciate this because we travel for many weeks in the summer, and I often have to call my friends to come and water my plants. Now I'm not gonna have to do this. You will see one of the plants right there behind me. It's so cute. They have so many different kinds of plants. If you look on their website, and I'll have a link down below, you can filter for all kinds of things. You can filter for pet-friendly plants. You can filter for low-light plants, which is what I did, because if I live in a row house in Washington, D.C., so we don't have a lot of natural light where I can put all of my plants and get all of that good light, but there's lots of good choices on the website. I picked a few from easyplant. I picked a fiddle leaf fig. The one behind me is a snake plant. And then I also picked a parlor palm, which I have in my living room. I'll show you. It's very cute. So I think having these plants in here, it just makes my home feel less depressing and calmer. That is the beauty of plants. They also filter the air. I mean, I could go on and on. You know, I've talked about plants before if you've watched my channel. They were also packaged really well. So they arrived and I just put them right out and they looked perfect. It's free shipping, which you know I appreciate. I have ordered plants from other companies before, and sometimes they arrive looking less than lovely, and then it does take some time to revive them, but not with the easyplant ones. They were packed perfectly. And I do have a code for 10% off. I will have that down below, and there's also a 90-day guarantee. So if you have any issues, and they have a hotline that you can call if you need some help with your plant. Highly recommend them if you're looking to add something to your space, so check them out. Did you know that simply looking at pictures of nature and nature scenes actually has the same effect as nature? So that brings me to my third point of how you can undepress your home, but it is to add artwork to your walls. Adding artwork may be the fastest and easiest way to make your house feel cozy and homey. And I'm not saying like go out and buy these expensive paintings. I love to find my art at thrift stores. I also really like to go on Facebook Marketplace and I find really beautiful things. I will put up some images. I actually went to the thrift store a few weeks ago and I got about 3 new natural scenes that I put in my kitchen just to make my kitchen feel a little more cozy and comfortable. We don't have any windows in the kitchen, and so that's one place that definitely needs some nature. And if you don't want to go to the thrift store, you can like frame magazine pictures, photos that you have. And a way to make your photos look really high end is if you have a large mat on your photos. So that is like the white space, or sometimes it's colored space in between the actual image and the frame. You can make those yourself. They look really beautiful and they just elevate the piece of your art. And pro tip, if you've got kids, they often make really cute art that you can frame. I don't know what it is about kids' artwork. I just think it looks sometimes like an actual artist made it. I love it. My kids bring home art. I will frame them. I'll show you this one here. My daughter painted this when she was about 4 years old. I simply bought a floating frame because it's a canvas and I got this on Amazon. I can link it below if you're interested. And then I put it in there and I have it on display in my kitchen. Just a quick little interlude. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button below. It's free and I make videos twice a week. Another thing you should not underestimate the power of is curtains. Curtains immediately up the coziness factor of your home and make your home look really good, very undepressing. No matter what size window you have, get the floor to ceiling curtains. They will really make your room look much larger. They will make your windows look larger, and it just looks really nice to have that floor to ceiling look. I also have really grown fond of like the pinch pleat curtains. I've put those in my living room. I have them in my son's room. I just think they look a lot nicer than the grommet curtains. The grommet curtains are great. They're easy as well, but I think the pinch pleat really elevates the look of curtains. And I'll also note about color. In my living room, I did have teal curtains for a long time. I ended up swapping them out for something a little calmer and a little like less bold. So I kind of got these ivory colored curtains. I really like them. I think they're just making the space look a little bit calmer. Speaking of calm, another thing to pay attention to in your home is the color tones. No matter what color you like, one of the things that they have found is that warmer colors and the earthier tones are more relaxing. Color, of course, is very personal. So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I find to be relaxing in a home. I think that earth tones are universally appealing, and it kind of makes me think of nature as well. So I think that that's why this is so calming and relaxing. You don't need to paint your walls. If you want to incorporate earth tones into your home, just think about things that you can bring into your home that would be the color of these earth tones, like brown, for example. You can bring in brown wooden frames, or maybe you want to bring in some woven baskets. Those kinds of things all add this warmth and this coziness. I will put an image of our floors. We redid our floors in white oak, and we used to have a very light colored bamboo in the downstairs, which was not good for scuffs and all of these things. And then we had pine in the upstairs, which was over 100 years old. We redid our floors in this nice warm white oak, and I just love it. Now, obviously, this is very dramatic. I'm not telling you to redo your floors, but if you ever have the opportunity, going for a warm toned wood, I think, or even a wood that you could pull the warmth out of it, I think looks really great. Bright and loud colors can cause anxiety. I have to tell you a funny story. When I was little, our kitchen used to be orange and yellow and red. I think that was like the style back then. And it was just very loud and stressful. And I honestly think it stressed me out in our kitchen. Thankfully, when I was a teenager, we did redo the kitchen into like a little bit of calmer colors. And listen, I love red, I love orange and yellow, but just in certain rooms, it could be stressful. So think about that as you're decorating these rooms. Another central theme to my channel is cleaning and tidying. I feel very strongly that a clean and tidy home is one way to make you feel less stressed and less depressed. And I know that sometimes when people are clinically depressed, it can be very difficult to keep your home clean, but it is one of those things that if you can manage to do it and push yourself to do it, it's going to help so much. So I'm just going to give you 3 small things that you can do that will immediately help. Number 1 is make your bed. If you can focus on making your bed every morning, number one, it's going to set your day up for success. And I know a lot of people tell you this, and it's important though. That's why I'm saying it. It will set your day up for success. It will instantly make your room look clean because your bed takes up a lot of your visual view of your room. And so when your bed is made, it makes your whole room instantly look cleaner. Second is to clean your floors. And I know I'm not telling you to like mop every day or vacuum every day. What I will say though is if you can, and you can afford it, get a robot vacuum and just let that go every day. The floors, again, are a large surface area in your home. And if you can make your floors look clean, it's going to make a big impact. And if you can get a robot to do it for you, that's even better. I'll link mine below if you're interested. I think mine is like under $200 at this point. And then my last thing with this cleaning thing is focus on surfaces. So just pick a surface and clear it off in your home. Whatever surface it may be. If you want to do multiple surfaces, even better. But if you focus on your bed, floors, and surfaces, you will be well on your way to a clean and tidy home. This next tip is one that I actually learned from Jenna Pierce. She is a YouTuber, and she didn't give this tip as something that you could do to make your home less depressing. She gave it as a different reason, but I really liked it and I thought it fit in here. But she was saying that if you create contrast in your home, it's actually very calming and visually appealing. So some of the ideas that she gave to create contrast would be if you have like a light colored rug, get a darker colored table. Or if you've got a darker sofa, get lighter pillows or vice versa. She said that contrast adds depth and dimension, and it's very pleasing to look at. It adds visual interest and promotes a sense of calm. And the thing that I would say here is whatever you do in your home, make it very personalized. Whatever you like, pick the things that you like and that you want to have in your home. You're surrounded by the things that you've picked and you've chosen and you love to have around you. It just gives you that great sense of belonging, and that's what really takes your home from a house to a home. Another big one here is lighting. A lot of homes have overhead lights, and not a lot of people think about what other types of light they can add. Easiest way to transform a room is to add some layers of lighting. Lighting is just proven to be emotionally uplifting, unless of course it's fluorescent bulbs. You don't want those in your home. So an easy way to do this, you can add some lamps. You can add some sconces. They even have rechargeable ones. I'll actually link the ones I have. You could also do candles. Those are beautiful. And when you do this, think to add warm bulbs. So anything that's around 3,000 to 3,300 on the Kelvin scale is considered warm. That looks the best. I like to have warm bulbs in my home. I do have daylight bulbs in my closet so I could see the true colors of my clothing. Everywhere else though, I have the warm bulbs. I also learned something interesting about candles the other day, and what they said is that the candle actually has this type of light. I want to say that it's near infrared light, and so you get this near infrared light and then it helps your cells with ATP production. Not to get all technical here, but ATP production, you want a high level of that throughout your life. That is what helps you with promoting sleep. It helps reduce stress. It's like your life, really. It's like a life boost. Make a space that is all yours. You can create a nook. You can create a corner in a room, even in a closet. I've seen people do this in like a large cabinet or a seat by the window. Whatever you want to do, just create that little nook, make it yours, make it cozy. You can add blankets, pillows. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video gives you some good ideas on how to make your home less depressing. I'm going to link some other videos if you want to keep it going. Click on them and I'll see you over there. Bye-bye.